Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee and this is the 8th initiative. If you're new here, welcome. And to everyone else, well, you know how it goes. Before I continue, I want to say thank you to all of you for being here today. Thank you for your continuous support, and I welcome you into my space, into our space. All right, let's get right into it. Today, I want to talk about boundaries, setting boundaries. And I'm sure a lot of us out there, myself included, sometimes it's difficult to draw that line with people. You know, where where do you draw the line with people? How? When? Where? Why? Right? All of these questions are valid. Setting boundaries with people is very, very important for your own well-being. It has taken me a while to get here, and I've gone through so many different types of situations where I am forced to set boundaries with people, even though I don't want to, because setting boundaries is it's never an easy thing, nor is it a comfortable thing to do, because it means that you would actually have to tell that person, like, hey, you're not being cool right now and I'm not comfortable with it, and I gotta draw the line. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of bravery also to do that, because people tend to take it the wrong way. And if you're someone like me who, well, not so much anymore, but I'm a people pleaser. I used to be a people pleaser. I always wanted to be in everyone's good graces. You know, I want I want people to like me. But this is back then. I don't particularly care anymore if people like me or not. And it's very freeing. It's very liberating, to be honest. But I digress. I'm here to talk about boundaries. So, um, up until recently, I've not really been active on Facebook. I still have Facebook, but I'm not active on it because I I don't believe in maintaining a lot of accounts, especially social media accounts. Like, I'm currently only active on Instagram, so I don't really bother about the others. Yes, I do have accounts, but they're not my I don't see them as a priority. I'm not saying that Instagram is a priority, but as a form of communication to the outside world, Instagram is my social media. And now YouTube, if you can even call YouTube social media. Yeah. Anyway, so the reason why I want to talk about boundaries is because, or even like talk about setting boundaries, is because, yeah, okay, back to where I was earlier. Oh my god. Uh, yeah, Facebook. I'm not really active on Facebook until recently. I'm still not active, but because I linked my Instagram account to my Meta account now, so whatever I post on my Instagram will be automatically updated. Sorry, will also be updated on my Facebook. So, I don't have to go on to Facebook app. Not that I have, but I don't have to go on to Facebook and manually update stuff. It's time consuming, and I I couldn't be asked. I couldn't care less. Yeah, that's more like it. I couldn't care less. But the only reason why I am being a bit more, no, sorry, the reason why I decided to uh, connect my Instagram to my Meta is because of the eighth initiative. I want it to grow, right? And if I want it to grow, then I need to I need to share. I need to make sure that this goes out to as much people as possible. So I did that, and then someone from my past, whom I absolutely wish to not want to have any connection to whatsoever anymore, decided to message me on Facebook, and yeah, it was a little triggering considering how things ended between the two of us, and it was ugly. Okay, it was ugly. It was painful, and it was just it was not nice, right? It was very, very painful. It was a very painful experience for me, and I never got an apology for it. And it's just not nice, right? So I've moved on from the situation, yes, but I after reading that message, I realized that I was actually still hurt. But I guess I'm not hurt with regards to what happened anymore. I think I'm just hurt at the audacity. The gall of the person, right? And that put me into, it got me thinking, right? Because I thought like I was over it. In a way, I am. Um, he's an ex. He's an ex, and when things ended, it was not nice. It was ugly. It was not something that I expected it to be. Well, obviously, I never expected it to happen anyway, right? But it did. But the way it happened, that was what really got me, because you know, for me, right, if you don't like me, if you don't want to have anything to do with me anymore, or if there's anything at all that you like, you don't like, you hate, you love, whatever, right? Like, you talk to me about it. If you're not happy with your partner, like, go ahead and tell him or her, like, hey, I'm not happy with this, and that. Because at the end of the day, we're all adults here. And as adults, we should be able to communicate our feelings to one another. Oh, sorry. We should be able to communicate our feelings to one another, no matter how uncomfortable it may be for both of us, right? But like I said, we're all adults. We should be able to talk to one another with maturity, with understanding, with empathy, and then the both of us could just walk away with a clean slate. with no hard feelings towards one another. Unfortunately, that did not happen with me, for me. And this was like a year and a half ago. And it doesn't hurt as much. But when he sent that message, and it was very, it was in a manner of very, it was in a very nonchalant kind of manner. And I did not like that because who the hell do you think you are to treat me the way you did and then to write me something? Sorry. Who the hell do you think you are to treat me the way you did and then write me a message as if nothing happened? So that got me, right? And then that, and then I took a breather, and no, I did not respond to the message because I was thinking to myself, okay, do I be the bigger person and say like, oh, hey, thanks, or do I just completely disregard it and move on with my life, or what? I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. I wanted to make sure that I was honoring myself, I was honoring my feelings, I was honoring my emotions, I was honoring my anger, my frustration. I wanted to make sure that I was doing all the right things for myself. So I just let it be. I read the message, and then I just left it at that. And then I went about my day. And then today I decided to block him because I don't need these kind of energies around my orbit, orbiting around me. I don't need it. I don't want it as well. So I blocked him. This is the boundary that I set up for myself to make sure that my emotional and mental well being is taken care of. Because something as simple as a short message like that can completely disrupt my peace. But in hindsight, that's a good thing. What happened is a good thing because it showed me that I still had bits and pieces within myself regarding the situation that happened that still needed healing. And I'm very happy that it happened that way. Actually, even before that, about 2, 3 weeks ago, I met someone and then we got to talking. He asked me something, and then that question triggered something inside of me. And then I remember telling him, like, hey, you know what? Thanks for saying that because it just made me realize that I still have, because that's a trigger. And then it made me realize that I still have a bit of healing to do. But I guess it's not so much about healing from the situation that happened. I think it's so much more as the outcome of it. Because what happened really hurt me and it traumatized me. And then because I'm traumatized, I, without knowing, brought it forward with me, thinking that I am not fully healed, but at least, well, if I were to give it a marker out of 10, I'd say I was at a I was at an 8.35. So I'm almost there, right? So I just have that 1.65 left of work. I have 1.65% worth of healing work to do left. Left to do. My words are going everywhere right now. And and yeah, that just made me think and um, reflect on the situation, and also boundaries, because yeah, how much of my life should I allow you? Sorry, my tummy. If you heard that, that's my tummy. How much of my life should I allow you in? Is that correct? How much of my life should I allow you in? Yeah. But that's the thing though. I don't want to give, if I were to meet a person, whoever I meet next, right? Romantically, I don't want to be afraid to just be me, unapologetically me. What you see is what you get. That's how it is with me. But if I can sense that you're not being the same, if I can sense that you've got a wall up with me, then of course I'm gonna put my walls up too, because like, hey, are you trying to hide something? Are you trying to manipulate me? Are you trying to manipulate our situation? What gives, right? And I don't want that, because that will create so much uncertainty and insecurity. It'll create and bring up a lot of insecurity in me. And I don't want that, because I work so hard to be in a good mental, emotional, physical space. And to have someone that I am wanting to get to know disrupt that, it's very it's nerve-wracking. I realize that as you get older, it's as you get older, obviously you've gone through relationships, and the relationship the relationships that you were in were not, they didn't work out, right? So when things don't work out, you inevitably will bring some of the negative aspects of those relationships with you, i.e., fear of rejection, fear of being lied to, fear of being manipulated. You you will somehow end up bringing these things with you forward into the next relationship, because you're just so guarded now. So when you meet someone new, because you don't want to get hurt, you don't want to be hurt again, you don't want to get hurt again, you build this wall. And this wall ends up being your boundaries. And last year, after the breakup, I went on a couple of dates, and some of them were like really nice people. Some of them were not. Okay, I say the word some as if it was a lot of people, but no. It was just, there were like two of them. Anyway, one communicated his boundaries very clearly, very eloquently as well. And I really, really appreciated that. And we're still friends till today. Whereas the other guy, whoa, that was a lot of games. That was a lot of games. And because his red flags were not only flaying in the wind, it also had lights and it was glaring and blaring. So I drew the boundary. Like, if you're not interested in pursuing this in a serious manner, let's not do this, because I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste yours too. So let's just not see each other anymore. Done. That's it. And I can move on and he can move on and everyone can move on and just go on with our lives. I simply cannot understand how some people, a lot of people, many of them, they just can't communicate that. Like, if you like someone, you like someone. Like, you tell them you like them. I like talking to you. You smell good. You look nice today. Those kind of stuff. And if you're here just to have fun with like no strings attached, like, you let me know too, so that I can decide whether or not I want to participate in this. I don't want to be an unwilling participant in something that's just not right up my alley. Why would I want to do that? I don't want to waste my time. I'm not here to I'm not here to stroke your ego. I'm not here to make you feel good about yourself. I'm not here to feed your ego, not just stroke it. I'm not here to feed it. I'm here to have an experience with you, a real experience with you. And I would want us to be on the same page. But you got to let me know what you want too. And if you're not sure about what you want, that you tell me that you're not sure. It's as simple as that. Like, freaking communicate, god damn it. This does not just apply to relationships, yeah? Like romantic relationships. This applies to everything. This applies to your friendships, your relationships with your parents, with your family members. This applies to your job. You know, it applies to everything. Communication. It's as simple as that. And then I won't be left here wondering if I did anything wrong, if I'm insufficient, you know, if something's wrong with me. Like, that's just not nice. It's not cool to be put in a situation that's just that left you wondering. You know, it's kind of cruel, actually, to do that to a person. So how do you set these boundaries? How? Well, you just communicate. You just tell them, hey, I'm sorry, but I can't do this. I feel underappreciated. I feel used. I feel manipulated. And I don't want to be in this situation. I don't want to be caught up in this kind of gameplay, you know? It's as simple as that. But, the universe has got its own plan for you, and you just got to trust in the process, right? But you still have to take matters into your own hands. It's the only thing you could do when it comes to dealing with people. I appreciate communication very much. Those of you who know me and know me well, yeah, not just know me as Michelle. Yes, I introduce myself here as D, but those of you who know me as Michelle, this girl from college or this girl from Langkawi, if you know me as Michelle, then you don't really know me. But those who know me like for real would know that I'm the kind of person whom you can talk to about anything, and I will never judge you. I will never judge you. And I will always, always, always do my best to understand where you're coming from. Always. So, yeah, it's just a matter of treating the other person like a person. Like in my previous video, right? 2, 3 videos prior to this one, I mentioned that it'll be nice to just be treated like a person and not just some girl who looks pretty, who talks well, who gets along with everyone, but like an actual human being. Like I'm an actual human being with emotions, with mood swings, with feelings. If you can actually just see me beyond this and see me as me, you'd know that if ever you need someone to talk to, like, I'm here for you. And I'll never judge your situation. I'll give advice when advice is asked for. I will never give you unsolicited advice. Sometimes I do, but I only do it out of care. But for the most part, like, I am someone whom you can just say anything, and I'll respect that. I will have so much more respect for you if you treated me like a person and talked to me like one. Pause.